Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we're going to talk a little bit about just like the more of the state of the PlayStation 5, restocks, what's going good, what's going bad, what kind of happened throughout this week, and overall just a bunch of little random various information to go talk to all of you guys about. Now, as I'm sure you guys have probably have a chance to go and see when it comes to all this stuff, we've actually seen a lot of little various things happen throughout this week. And this has been kind of what I almost want to go and dub the week of RNG, or just randomness pretty much, because we had a very, very strange week when it comes to stores, when it comes to stock, when it comes to locations, when it comes to pretty much everything. It's been kind of all over the place. So we're going to talk about that, talk about what we're expecting, talk about what's going on, talk about what's expected in the future, and a lot of other various things. So hope you guys will stay tuned and enjoy it as well. Hope you guys are ready to have a nice start to your weekend. I myself am pretty hyped up, and I can't wait to actually go have a nice chill and nice vibe in general. So as you guys may or may not know, I'm also going on a flight tomorrow. So just in case there's any issues or any hiccups and stuff like that on the uploads, I'll probably have a video talking about that a little bit more maybe tomorrow. So just let you guys know on that. So just be on the lookout if you guys want to. And also wish me good luck too as well. And on top of that too, if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. As well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. We have the Amazon links for all the signups down below, the PS5 disc, Horizon, and Xbox. We have the Twitter and Twitch. If you guys want to follow, definitely go follow up the Twitter or Twitch, especially now because I'm going to be doing my little stuff. I'll give you guys some updates there. And also might even be doing a little bit more on the top of the restocks or tweets. We have the Xbox and everything else too as well, all tied on in. So be on the lookout for all that stuff. Just want to say I appreciate you guys all so much for watching. So very first and foremost, we actually did go and see quite a few different things when it does come to the restocks this week. We saw a lot of stock. But the one kind of big thing still is it does kind of seem like we've been seeing a lot more of the more in stores. So we've seen Best Buy as well as Target. They both kind of seem like kind of the big whammy jammies, at least for these, that's the whole time. So when it comes to all that stock with that, it's weird because I do kind of feel like a lot of these locations for restocks have mostly switched to in-store. So whether it's just more in regards to, say, online order, in-store pickup, a good example of that's probably Target, as well, or just like the app glitch pickup to basically have a chance to see if the stock's there, Best Buy, or Best Buy having stock literally on the shelves where we've been hearing reports of just people casually walking inside and getting and receiving their stock. Have also been seeing that, and everything else probably in between too as well. So we've been seeing some pretty good stuff and pretty cool news. But it does also kind of drive up the weird question where it does almost kind of seem slightly harder now to go and get and receive our restocks. Now, this kind of just seems like all RNG, like I said. So if you also want to throw in even more aspects of that, think more about, say, GameStop. When we did the GameStop restocks or their walk-ins, we still have been seeing stores having some stock. But once again, that's all more based on the randomness of it. Some of the locations have like a small amount of stock, but not every single store, not every single GameStop even had stock when they did their drop. And that's why I'm kind of saying it kind of seems like everything's just all random. When it comes to Target, at this point, people are just checking at the most random times. So it's at 5 a.m. to like 9 p.m. But throughout this week, we did see a lot of folks. Like I think I will show my day-to-day analytics for a lot of the Target restocks and Target locations. That's why I always have the link down below in case you just want to check throughout the weeks or weekends or whatever. But it's weird because some people just get lucky. Like we'll have some person who's maybe just sees my video at 9 o'clock, let's say, like 9 a.m. And then they go check the link because I'm like, yeah, go check it. And then they're just like, oh, cool, I got my stock. They buy it and they get it. Or then maybe you could have someone who literally was checking every single day for every like half hour or so, and they still haven't had a chance to go get their restock. And I feel like I've had a lot of those complaints all throughout this week, especially mainly because a lot of this stock was pretty low. Like, I mean, it was still spread out. It was still nationwide. And I'm kind of like not really the biggest fan of having a report on this stuff because I've mentioned this a lot. But it's kind of harder for a day-to-day aspect because it's like throughout this week, Target got a lot of people consoles. Like we were showing pictures, we were showing hookups. We could even probably look on like, some of the Reddits right now. And I'm sure there's someone who's like, oh my God, I finally got my thing today, which is cool. Like I love seeing that. But it's so weird to go and see in the first place because it's just so random. it's like so random when it comes to all this stuff in general. So I'll let you guys know it does seem like everything's RNG now. As well, even for this week too, this really was just the week of RNG. We even had the PlayStation Direct that did go and happen earlier on this week. There was one day for it, which is nice, one day. But it was also just anyone who had issues or anyone who was lucky enough to somehow go and get their invite. And as well, like once again, that's all RNG. Now, I will go put a little bit of thumbs up because this past like 4 weeks, we've seen a lot of people going and having their Sony restocks. We've had a lot of Sony drops get the hookup. We have a lot of Sony hookups in general. I think it's been nice. Like, that's a huge thumbs up for me. But I do think the one bigger thing in my mind is I hate that it's all randomized. Because even if you guys look at, say, like the GPU drops place itself, even from before, we weren't really seeing too many PlayStations overall. But before, if you guys remember, a lot of these locations were like, okay, cool, we're in like Kentucky. Okay, cool, we saw like a random console. Right now, so we're checking the stuff is more on the Xbox side. We're hearing reports of it. But look, here's a good example. We're in this most random Hinkleville Road, Pakua, Kentucky. It's just random. Like, there's stock there. Like, if someone literally sees this video and they check like tonight or tomorrow or called or whatever, they could literally go get a stock. But maybe someone who's at like 6300 Lloyd Expressway, they wouldn't get it. Or any of these other locations, they only have Xboxes. And that's what I'm kind of saying, where it does seem like right now, besides like the really good proper restock, so think like the open PlayStation Directs, things like Walmart where they're pre-planned, everything is all just random. And it kind of goes and ties into with Amazon. I don't really like it because even this week was just whoever was lucky, whoever checked the stock at the right time, whoever was on top of their stuff in general, that's who got the stock. And that kind of, once again, ties into Amazon. When it comes to Amazon, we did see a lot of stock from them. They were doing like the individual invites. You had to go to the web page. We always have those linked down below. You pressed on that stuff, and you had a chance to sign up and get some stock, which was cool. Like that's cool to me. I like that. But I don't like the fact that it's all of this stuff now is random. GameStop, like I said, some stores got stock, some didn't. You had to like go on a wild goose chase just to see. Even as I'm showing you guys over here when it comes to Best Buy throughout this week and throughout the past like 3 weeks. It just depends if you're lucky and depends if you got the stock or not. At the end of the day, that's all you kind of had a chance to go and do. Or as well for some other little various things. Like I said, for Target, some Target places will have a bunch of stock and people get the hookup and people will be happy and people like go and celebrate. They'll be like, let's go. I'm so excited. And then the other parts are they're sitting there and then they're waiting for literally now the past 4 months because Target's just all randomized and when they get the stock and all that. And I guess the moral of the story for me talking about this, I think it's lame. Like, even for me making the videos on this stuff, it's so hard to go and kind of pinpoint a lot of these things, because I could be like, yeah, employees at Target are receiving stock, and then, people get stock. But it kind of makes me also sad, too, because there's so many disappointed and sad folks out there who are like, well, I've been checking for the past 3 weeks. Should I even keep checking? And then what if they would have got that stock that next day? Because we just don't know. We don't know when like their rivals happen. We don't know when the stock's gonna happen. Like, just because one Target employee on the East Coast gets a stock doesn't mean the West Coast might be getting stock. You know how it is, like just how it flows. So it does kind of make me sad. Because even for all the mid-tier places, like they're just kind of the most random times and random bundles, and we're just hoping for the best. Or even for walk-ins, like we probably have actually had a lot more folks than you guys would expect go get stock recently from walk-ins, like the past like probably 6 months or so. That's probably one of the higher tiers for us, because not many people report on those for like Myers or Fred Meyers, Staples, or whatever. So I just want to still say it just stinks. Like, I'm so kind of frustrated in the fact that everything is just all based on random. And I kind of wish like places like Best Buy would also once again go back to kind of doing online drops on occasion, because we haven't seen any two in a while. Or same thing when it comes to Target. It would be kind of nice when we had those nationwide drops. Although they were early, it did kind of give us a good chance to look for stock and be on top of stock, which I think is awesome. I love that. Or even for Walmart too, we just haven't had a Walmart drop for a while. So just kind of, it feels awkward that we just haven't got one, at least in a little bit. So I kind of want to hear your thoughts. Like, did you guys have a chance to get a console? Do you guys think it's gotten harder as of recently? Do you like some of these drops? I kind of stand by. I just wish that like we could have a huge restock week for like 2-3 weeks. I will probably have one of those still too, because we haven't had too many big online drops. Like, give me a huge Walmart drop that goes on for hours. Give me a huge PlayStation Direct drop that goes on for hours. And get a lot of these folks out there who want their consoles, some consoles. Because like right now, if anyone wanted to, they could probably just go to Best Buy right this second in pretty much every Best Buy store and have stock. But PlayStation 5s, while they still do have them in the back rooms and everything else, they're just not as active and not as big as we've been seeing from pretty much everywhere else too as well. So like I said, I feel like it's gotten harder. It's kind of more random. It's kind of more weird. And even using this week as a good example, like it's kind of just whoever gets lucky, whoever is checking at the right time, and whoever gets the random alerts and just goes and gets it. And I kind of feel like I don't like how this has kind of turned a lot of the restocks into. Although it is kind of nice because I think a lot of folks who have watched and subbed throughout this like past year and a half have gotten their consoles recently, which is cool. Like, I like to see that. So hopefully we keep on getting more stock and getting more hookup for all this stuff. Fingers crossed. But I just want to say I do appreciate all of you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate all you guys so much for existing. I appreciate all you guys so much for watching my channel. Like I said, we're going to be going on a trip, so if uploads are a little bit weirder or a little bit slower, don't mind me on that one. I'll have an update play tomorrow. And as well, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. As well, for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway, we have the Amazon links down below for all the signups. We have the Twitter and Twitch streams down below. We have the Weebles and Coinbase's target links and everything else, and definitely follow the Twitter and Twitch. And I appreciate you guys all so much for watching.